Hi, my name is Mofe Salami. I'm a developer advocate at IBM, and today I'm going to be taking you through the top 5 things to consider when applying for a role in tech. So number 1, know the role. So depending on your experience as someone who's in tech, it's really going to determine what sort of things are going to be expected from you. For example, for most of you, if you have never done anything in tech before, you're most likely looking for a role as a graduate. After a graduate, you probably progress into something that is along the lines of a junior, which is someone who's had maybe typically 1 or 2 years of experience. And then you have more senior roles, which are 3 or more years of experience within code. Similarly, a developer is not the only type of role in tech that you can apply for. A developer can be a full stack developer, a back-end developer, a polyglot, which is somebody who looks at or can code in multiple languages. It can even be an advocate, which is something that I do, which is a bit different from pure software development. So it's very important for you to actually know what each of these roles actually mean and what they actually require of you. Number 2, have a portfolio. When you're being interviewed, it's really helpful if you've got some code that you've worked on, no matter how small or how insignificant you think it is, that's on GitHub. So you can create an account on GitHub, which is just a place where it allows you to present and upload your code so that anybody can see your code. Now, you might first of all be really scared about, I don't want people to judge how I code, I don't want people to know, but it's really helpful to show that you do have an aptitude to code. And if you secure an interview, that's something that you can talk about and you can use that to strengthen your case as a developer. Number 3, expectations. So it's really important to realize that the role of the developer is something that has really changed from time past. Before, we used to think the developer is somebody who is tucked away in a basement, hacking away with no social skills. That's not the case anymore. More times than not, developers are expected to have a lot of these soft skills. For example, communication is key. In most roles as a developer, you're going to be expected to work with customers and other key stakeholders. And so, being a developer is much more than just being able to code. Number 4, be prepared. So if you've got through the first stage of applying to a job in tech, it's probably very likely that you are now at the point where you've got a technical test. Now, at this point, it's really important to know how you're going to be tested. So there's various different ways which you can be tested, from just technical prying, from an external coding test, from a take-home coding test, even for live coding challenges on a whiteboard as well. But regardless, it's important to prepare effectively for each of these different mechanisms before you actually get the interview. As once you have the interview, your time is often limited, and the amount of time it takes you to actually complete the challenge will also sway the decision of whether they're prepared to hire you or not. And finally, number 5, be honest. Once you're actually in an interview, it's important that you don't lie about any of your experiences or skills that you have. For example, if you claim to be a blockchain expert and it turns out that you actually know nothing about blockchain and the interviewer questions you on this, you're just going to make yourself look silly. Even if you don't get questioned on these things that you claim to be, say you actually secure the job, 6 months down the line, or if it's even that, 2 months down the line, you're just going to make yourself look really bad, and you're going to lose your integrity when you can't actually back up a lot of the things you claim to be. So it's important to just be honest about what you can and can't do. Thank you for listening to my top 5 tips for getting a role within tech. I hope this advice has been very insightful for you. My name's been Mofe Salami. Peace.